Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time and we haven't really made any videos as of recently. However, I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes and I wanted to show you a little bit of what I've been working on. So you may or may not notice that I've done some organizing in the garage. I've gone through and cleaned up shelves and clutter, even though there's still quite a bit of stuff here. But I went through everything and kind of cleaned it all up. I got rid of a bunch of carts and old wood and just all kinds of stuff that was just cluttered up. Took everything out, swept out the garage, cleaned up the shelves. So that's what I've been working on. Today I just finished up this giant cart. This was actually some stuff that they were going to throw away at work, and I was able to get it before it made it into the dumpster, and then I just repurposed it. So I had like 3 or 4 different welding carts, and we just combined everything all onto one, and it makes for a much more neatly organized situation when it comes to like fabbing stuff up. You've got everything right there on one cart. You roll it to where you want to do your work and then move forward. So a couple weeks ago, maybe like three weeks ago, they had a deal on Northern Tool on a hot water pressure washer. These were normally $1,300. It was on sale for $9.99. I picked one up. I got rid of my cold water Westinghouse pressure washer, and I absolutely love this thing. I mean, the driveway is like super clean. It's so easy to use. I was kind of hesitant at first because the reviews were weird on it, but I'm starting to think that people don't know how to read instruction books or set things up the way they're designed, because this thing has been working flawlessly for me. I've been using it every weekend for the past 3 weeks. One of the things I did is I cleaned up Abel. 7 years of dirt and grime gone, and the cold water pressure washer, which was a higher pressure than this one, wasn't even able to put a dent in it. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this pumpkin was black, and I was able to regain all of the color, all of the desert tan color on the pumpkins underneath, which is pretty cool. Man, it took off so much grime and dirt and old paint and you name it. Big difference to where it was a month ago. I am going to have to repaint the truck at some point. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but in the future I plan to. But for right now, it's kind of got a Mad Max rugged look to it, which is okay, and it's not rusting. There's no rust on the truck anywhere aside from a few small bolts and whatnot. But yeah, so anyhow, let me get back to the story I was telling you. Got this pressure washer. I was pressure washing things. I flipped up the cab and did some pressure washing in the cab. And now I've got to flip the cab up to show you what I did. So let me do that right now. All right, we got the cab tilted up. Was in here pressure washing the engine bay. See that right there? I punched a hole in this piece of hose here, this coolant line. It comes from the reservoir and it goes into the crossover pipe down here. So I was trying to figure out what size this hose is, because there's no markings on it that I can see. No part numbers. So I actually went in the TM, the 24P parts TM, and looked up the part number on this thing. Did a search on eBay with the part number. Lo and behold, somebody had a brand new one. So this has the tag on it and everything. This is the original part. Obviously it's newer. I think it's 55 inches long, and it's 1-inch hose or 25 millimeter silicone hose. Looks like it's like a 5 or 6 layer thing, but we're going to replace that today. I will leave a link in the description for both this, and I think I'll leave one for that pressure washer too. If you guys have one of these trucks, this thing is a godsend for cleaning these trucks up. I don't know if they're still on sale. They might not be, but even at $1,300, this thing is worth paying for because it works so well. Anyhow, I digress. I'll leave a link in the description for this. This was on eBay, obviously, so if you watch my videos and you hesitate, like a lot of people do, or you're watching this at a later date, that link might not work anymore because they all sold out. I think there was like 13 of these left when I bought it. I don't know how many are going to be left by the time I post this link, but if you see it and you hesitate, you might not get the part. So if you want a spare to carry around, or you want to replace that because it's 30 years old like mine is, now would be a good time to do that. So anyhow, we'll go through a little bit of a time lapse here, get this thing replaced, and then I've got some more information for you close to the end of this video that you're going to want to stay tuned for. Here we go. Well, that couldn't have been any easier. That hose fit on there perfectly. You want to make sure you put a couple of tie wraps there so it doesn't touch your air compressor line, because this air compressor line will eat through that just by vibration. So just make sure you rotate that up and out of the way, or you can cut a little bit off the hose to make it run a little bit tighter and higher. But yeah, you only have to drain out about 4 gallons of radiator fluid to get enough out of there where it's not dumping all over the place. Put the new one on. It's pretty simple. There is a part number tag on it that I wanted to show you guys. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that on there, but the part number is the second line here. So 124 145 53-011. So if you are watching this video at a later date, that's your part number for that hose. You could probably use it on eBay to try and find one. The prices that I was seeing on there when I purchased this were anywhere from $35 shipped all the way up to $150 shipped. So anyhow, pretty simple fix. As promised, I was going to tell you guys a little bit of something that's coming up. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yeah, we were driving down to Sublimity to pick up my KTM 790 Adventure from service during the winter, and as we were driving down the freeway, the window cracked just out of the blue. So there is a long story that's going to go with this in the next video on the LMTV, and you're going to want to stay tuned for that, because the results you get from insurance and the only company in the United States that sells this glass are unbelievable. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be it, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As always, you're going to want to stay tuned. You never know what's coming up. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other. And as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.